Peak is a developmental assessment and coaching process that dares your church to expect more. Written into its name, prepare to expect the advance of the kingdom. Peak prepares your church to expect that the kingdom will advance through the ministry of your church into its community, region, and world. So what is Peak really? First, it's a culture. Throughout the Peak process, we initiate 3 culture shifts that are essential and biblical to the vitality of your church. Culture of improvement means it's normative and positive to ask the hard questions. What are we doing here? What's working? What's not? And how are we going to get where God is leading us? Culture of collaboration means that we are designed to work together. A siloed church or an isolated pastor are antithetical to who the church is called to be as a community of believers who work together as the body of Christ. Culture of excellence means that we steward the ministry of the church thoughtfully and intentionally to the best of our abilities. Second, it's a process. It starts with an in-depth survey distributed online to your congregation and to your leadership. Then, the Peak Report builds a comparison for you to see how the leadership is experiencing the ministry of the church in relationship to how the congregation is experiencing it. This report gives you incredible insights to understand where there is alignment within the ministry of your church and where there are areas for development. Finally, a Peak coach is with you along the way to help you discover more for your church, to help you envision where God is leading you, to help you act upon ways that can bring momentum to the ministry of your church, and to sustain the ministry that God has given you. So who is Peak for? Peak is for every church. Whether you're multiplying, developing, in transition, or in a state of crisis, Peak is for every church to help you identify where you're at and how you can move forward. Peak has been carefully crafted so that every church, no matter its geographical location, no matter its size, life cycle, or ethnic background, can participate in Peak to gain insights. So are you ready to expect more? Can you envision more baptisms, more healings, more kids in that nursery, more marriages restored, more addicts coming clean, and more divisions unified? Can you envision honest and honorable conversations? Those kinds that bring clarity to your purpose, that get at root issues, and that create a path forward. Can you envision momentum? The kind of momentum that brings excitement, energy, and even fun to your daily work. I dare you to expect more in your church. We invite you to start Peak and prepare today to expect the advance of the kingdom.